Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. Were you surprised about the Steinle verdict? Because our theme today is surprise. And I will tell you, I was surprised. I bet most of you were surprised. The idea that a man, forget his status, could pick up a gun, fire it, and essentially be exonerated is pretty surprising. Even in the land of fruits, nuts, and fairies, I'm shocked that they didn't say, let's put this guy away. Now, we understand the politics of it. They got to fit the narrative. No, he wasn't bad. Look, I mean, come on. So what? He was deported, 5 to 7 times? He's not a bad guy. We can't go convicting him because that would actually lead people to believe that the conservatives are correct, that Donald Trump is right in needing to build a wall. But here's a bigger surprise. The New York Times writer, Charles Blow, says that the verdict was racist. The outrage over the fact that people are saying he should never have been he should have been convicted. That's racist. See, that was Donald Trump projecting racism into a situation and making Zareta the scapegoat for all Mexicans. Now, I want you to consider that. A dude gets free, an illegal Mexican who's been deported multiple times, not a solid citizen, picks up a gun in the park that he finds, and instead of turning it in a sanctuary state where he's not going to get in trouble, he decides to fire it, kills a beautiful young mom walking with her father, and the left want you to take racism into that. That's racist. How could you dare look at that any other way? That's how crazy they are. Here's another surprise for you. Perhaps the bigger surprise. The verdict is actually going to help the cause of freedom. It's going to help Donald Trump. See, the left, what they don't understand is logic has a way of rearranging it. It's going to arrange itself. Electrons arrange themselves in a particular way. That's why hydrogen stays hydrogen and oxygen stays oxygen. And the combination of 2 parts hydrogen to 1 part oxygen means you're going to have water. Because there's order in the universe. There's order in the system of things. I know the left want to they call it introducing chaos, or in technical terms, we call it doping. You want to dope the element, but you're not going to. It's going to organize itself back to be H2O. Give me 2 hydrogen molecules and an oxygen molecule, and they're going to make H2O. They're going to give me some water. The element of surprise. And the left think that we're going to get it. They think that we're the ones who are going to be, oh, you wait till you get that Donald Trump. You wait. The element of surprise, folks, is that we won and our guy's doing exactly what we said he would, and they're shocked. Yeah. See, the left believe what they believe. And other leftists believe what they're told to believe. So Hillary Clinton was supposed to be president. Surprise, she's not. Why is she not? Because the element of surprise. They underestimated Donald Trump, which means they underestimated us. And every time they attack this man, they continue to underestimate us. We picked a warrior for a reason. And interestingly, it doesn't matter how good Donald Trump does, they don't care because they're upset that we were right. Hillary's not president. She's never going to be. And Donald Trump is performing like a rock star. And these guys are mad about it because they're shocked at how good he is. They're shocked that everything they've invested in, all the lies, all the fakeness of who they are. We covered frauds a while back, but the fraudulent nature of leftism, they are shocked. Their bedrock is shaking. They don't know what to do. So the only thing they can do is stay dogmatically fixated on Donald Trump. I swear to you, if you take Joy Behar, take any Whoopi Goldberg, take all these leftists, these hardcore, and you'll find out every single one of them is just embarrassed. At their core, when you talk to them, let me give you a little hint. When you talk to them, just say this. Say, look, I know you're embarrassed. I get it. And watch them. They'll have a conniption. I'm not embarrassed. He's crying. He's it. And you go, look, I get it. If I had voted for Hillary Clinton and then I watched the results of Donald Trump, I'd be mad at myself. I'm just saying, because it's going to make them so upset. And that's what bothers. Look, if Trump couldn't move the stock market up that high, they would be gleeful. In fact, I'll put it to you this way. If Donald Trump were a failure, the left would say nothing. They wouldn't worry about impeaching him. Well, they probably would. They would see that it could happen quicker, because if the stock market went down to 17,000 and unemployment shot up to 8%, and all these corporations said, screw Donald Trump, we're going to move offshore, and on, then they would be like, oh, see, we told you, we got to get rid of him. And then, of course, let me tell you what would happen on the conservative side. We'd be ready to dump him. Yeah, we would. But let me tell you why. It wouldn't be because we're turncoats and we're bad. We would say to ourselves, wow, this guy can't get it done. We thought he was better than what he was, whatever. It wouldn't be, I wouldn't be standing behind Donald Trump if he couldn't. I'm not saying that the stock market would be my barometer, but let's say he couldn't keep jobs here. He couldn't negotiate trade deals that were positive to the United States. He couldn't go to China and bring back a $250 billion trade package and reduce the tariffs by 10%. He couldn't do that. If he couldn't go to Saudi Arabia and bring back the largest contract ever brought to American companies, $350 billion. If he couldn't keep corporations in America like he's done with Ford and GM, or bring companies to America like he's done with IBM. I'm saying bring back jobs like IBM, 25,000 jobs over 4 years. Apple, bringing manufacturing back to the United States. If he couldn't do any of that stuff, we would have a reason to dump him. But he's done all of that and more. The stuff coming on the horizon is going to blow your freaking mind. I'll get into it in a little bit. But it has to do with what's happening in the economy. And the prognosticators are like, there's no way that Donald Trump can keep 3% going or whatever. So they did, I think the numbers were 3.1. The OMB is forecasted 2.7% growth in the GDP, which, by the way, is rockets. I mean, it's like, celebration compared to what Barack Obama did. So it's 2.7% is what they predicted. Then the report came out. They said it's 3.1%. Then they revised it and said, no, it's 3.3. Second quarter in a row, over 3%, something Barack Obama didn't do in 8 years. And the left say, well, we don't know if he can keep it up. It's so funny to watch these guys. Wow. The U.S. economy, they say, is running at full potential for the first time in a decade. And let me tell you something. We are about to break the engine. They say this was a new milestone for an expansion year in its 9th year. Total economic output in the third quarter was slightly above the maximum sustainable level of output as estimated by the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. Unbelievable. First time actual GDP has exceeded potential GDP since the fourth quarter of 2007, suggesting the nation's economic resources are being used efficiently. Interestingly, in 2007, it wasn't even that great under Bush. It was being, I'm not going to get into it. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, none of these during the time of Obama, it never even occurred, is the point. A lady by the name of Beth Ann Bovino says, it's the sweet spot. We'd like to be there for some time, but let's see how long it lasts. It's going to last. Donald Trump is saying, I'm setting this economy up to run from this way from 2021 to 2027. And what he's banking on are the tax cuts and the reforms and getting rid of the waste and the fraud, which is what he's doing. And they can't stand it. That's why the left, they hate this guy. They hate that he exposes every element of government, the waste and the fraud in every element, from healthcare to our foreign policy to how government runs. This consumer finance, whatever it's called, CFPB, that was one of the biggest boondoggles of the left that's out there, and he's blowing that up. They can't stand that you're right. That's what the left hates. And the element of surprise is that nothing's going to change. They have to get used to the new normal, which is we are going to fix this crap. And we're going to fix it good, and we're not going to let bureaucrats run us over like they have in the past.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.